What if you could flip the switch on muscle growth naturally without adding traditional PEDs and actually get noticeable results? That's exactly what we set out to do with this new formulation. In today's video, I'm introducing you to Natty MYO, short for natural myogenesis, a precision-engineered supplement designed to support the growth of actual new muscle tissue, using only cutting-edge natural compounds. I'm Jake from Ultimate Formulations, where we specialize in high-potency, cutting-edge supplements. I'll break down what's inside, how it works, how to use it, and the one ingredient I was skeptical of until I saw my results. If you've ever trained hard and still felt like your muscle gains were stalling, you're not alone. And it might not be your workout or diet. It could be your myostatin levels holding you back. Today, I'm introducing Natty MYO, short for natural myogenesis, a natural formula designed to target the real bottleneck in muscle growth. And the results have honestly surprised even me. As many have heard me say, I began formulating this very supplement 3 years ago when Vigorous Steve put out a call for anyone who could create a viable injectable form of ecdysterone/turkesterone. I was intrigued by the challenge and I immediately got to work, and the results were, well, gunky. But after 3 years of continued trial and error, we finally got something truly special. While I originally set out to make an injectable, I found that many gym rats prefer other methods of taking their supplements. Who knew? So along the way, I've paralleled my efforts to make a potent, viable injectable with oral and sublingual versions. First, it was just ecdysterone, and plant sterones in general. People were getting good results from that, better pumps in the gym and elsewhere. We tackled the water solubility issues, added permeation enhancers for greater absorption, and we packed our products with far more real ecdy concentrate than the competition. Then I discovered how ecdysterone was exerting its muscle growing effects via the IGF-1 pathway in a process called myogenesis. Unlike traditional PEDs that rely on the androgen receptor to grow muscle, the myogenic pathway is much more subtle and complex, and therefore underutilized and vastly underrated. Ever hear an old-timer talk about how having higher estrogen levels leads to more growth on cycle? That's because the estrogen receptor is the gatekeeper to the IGF-1/myogenesis pathway, the very pathway stimulated by ecdysterone when consumed in high enough potency and concentration. So, just by default of using this potent ecdy product, we were seeing some of these results. Through research and talking with other experimenters, it became clear that a number of natural substances contribute to this growth process under the right condition. And this is what we've put into Natty MYO. Here's what makes it tick. Ecdysterone complex, a naturally occurring ecdysteroid that promotes protein synthesis via the ERB receptor, the estrogen receptor beta, without binding to androgens. Genistein, a powerful isoflavone that supports the IGF-1 pathway, enhances nitric oxide production and increases vascularity and lean mass retention. DHEA, a naturally occurring hormone precursor that supports hormonal balance, cognition, and overall vitality, especially important in natural lifters. And the real game changer? Epicatechin, derived from green tea, is a myostatin inhibitor, among other things. Multiple studies show it reduces myostatin levels, which means your muscles are finally free to grow closer to their genetic potential. I found that while somewhat tricky, epicatechin was able to be tamed and made more usable using the same techniques I'd been trying with ecdysterone. I used it in my latest growth blast. I was very happy with my results, putting on about 10 pounds, not all muscle, and staying leaner than previous runs without changing my diet. After the growth blast, I continued using epicatechin as I liked the mental side effects, a calm clarity in my experience. And while I normally gain fat slightly while winding down my training and diet, preparing for my next run, this time I continued to get leaner and leaner without trying. After digging in a bit, I found that epicatechin could indeed assist in this way too, and my muscles have remained fuller. Right now, I'm on day 5 into a dirty fast, 150 calories a day, give or take, in this picture from last night, and after a few weeks of keto to boot. Here's the part most people miss. It's not just what you take, it's what your body can actually absorb and use. At Ultimate Formulations, we use proprietary complexing methods that radically improve bioavailability, meaning you get more out of what you pay for into your system. That's why Natty MYO hits harder than anything else in this space, even at the same dose. While I can't sell an injectable product, I can offer a topical version for those hardcore folks who want a steady drip of these natural substances directly into their system. At 0.5 mils, half a mil a day, you get 75 milligrams of pure ecdysterone plant sterone extract, 5 milligrams of epicatechin, 25 milligrams of DHEA, and 17 milligrams of genistein, all complexed and in a hydrogel carrier for ultra-slow release. Generally, 0.5 ml will release over the course of 24 to 36 hours, giving you very steady levels in your blood. For those not ready for all that, we have sublingual Natty MYO. All of the same ingredients, but in a sublingual, under the tongue, formula. The next best thing to directly in the system approaches. You can count on around 25 to 40% absorption from this method versus less than 1% in raw form, for the ecdy and epicatechin at least. So in this version, we use more raw material to help achieve the right concentration. Sublingual Natty MYO is 2/3 of a ml 3 times a day. Just drop under the tongue, hold a couple minutes, swish and swallow. In 3 daily servings total, you get 225 milligrams of pure sterone concentrate, 36 milligrams of epicatechin, 150 milligrams of genistein, and 150 milligrams of DHEA. All complexed in HPBCD with significant permeation enhancers for greater absorption. The Topical will last you 2-3 week runs, give or take a day or two, and the sublingual will last you 1 month if used at 2/3 ml per time, 3 times a day. Morning, midday, and evening is optimal for best results. Keep in mind, these products are intended to be used during periods of muscle gain, with extra calories, extra carbs, extra creatine, and hard training. If used correctly, these products should help you break past plateaus, have more endurance in the gym, and see rounder, fuller muscles almost immediately due to increased blood flow and nutrient uptake. Click the link to my Shopify store and check these out today. They are officially up and for sale, but especially with the topical form, you better grab while you can. I make these in small batch form and there can be gaps in product availability, i.e., I have several orders worth at the moment, but I'm waiting on the next batch of raw materials to arrive. So get in quick on that one if you want it in the next week or so. It's $39.99 for a 6-week supply, enough to do 2 3-week runs. The sublingual is $34.99 for a month's worth at 3 doses a day. Some of these same restrictions also apply as far as my availability. It's also small batch, but it's slightly easier to source, so still understand it can take several days to get out a new batch due to the complexing process. If you're curious to hear more about my natural myogenesis experiments, click the video at the end as usual. I hope you are as excited about this as I am, and I welcome your comments and questions in the comment section. All the best, and I'll see you back here on the next one.